Bad habits are frustrating mistakes every guitarist makes in their journey that are often started in the beginner or low intermediate phase. And with this video, I'm going to teach you how to avoid these super common pitfalls that can save you hours, weeks, and months of time and frustration. And the last one might piss you off. The first bad habit is bad picking form. Many people are going to go flat like this, which is good in like a metal setting where you need to make those really thick, chugging sounding power chords. But other than that, you want to have your pick angled at around 45 degrees to slice through the strings like a knife. When you do this, it's easier to alternate pick, economy pick, and everything. And by fixing that one bad habit, your picking speed can just shoot through the roof. The second one is not warming up. When you see a singer start to practice, some drummers, what do? They start light and start warming up. But I see a lot of guitarists just throw themselves into the fire, and then they wonder why they don't sound good when they first start playing. And it's just like singing. You got to kind of warm up a bit. And the number one way to do this is by running through your scales, because it kills two birds with one stone. And when we warm up, it's also going to be much easier to tackle those difficult lines that make you a better player. Now, number 3 is one I was especially guilty of along my first year and a half, and that was just not learning songs that were enough of a skill jump. If you're really trying to improve your skill at a low stage, the next song you learn should feel hard as hell. Because if it's too easy and it's just a bunch of power chords like this, you can play another song to entertain people, but that's just not going to improve your playing very much. You need to have some type of journal or bookkeeping about your guitar progress. It's really easy to catch yourself in the mental trap of thinking you're not progressing, you're not doing well, when actually you've improved on a bunch of tiny little things that have made a macro jump. And if we use something like journaling or even recording yourself and playing the same song over the span of months, you can see progress in little areas that are all going to build up to a mountain of progression. Another thing this bookkeeping will do is show you what you are worst at. Because the next bad habit, most guitarists are afraid to accept that they suck at a certain thing. And it's really annoying when people do this because they are killing their chances to progress even further. In my playing all the time and in my videos, I see things I need to improve on that are slacking way behind. And when you take what's furthest behind and bring it ahead, you're now more ahead than if you practice something you're already really good at, because you're only as good as your weakest foundation. So to sum up that bad habit, work on what you're worst on, even though it's going to make you feel terrible. The next bad habit is another one that might be controversial, but you're not challenging your fingers enough. And what I mean is, if you still feel pain when you do long bends, your fingers and calluses are just not developed enough, and this will hold you back. No matter what anyone says, practicing a bunch of hard bends like this and going as far as you can and trying to put vibrato on it is going to burn those calluses in your finger, and you're going to stop feeling pain. And when you stop feeling pain, you're going to stop having these sort of half-assed lines as you get into more intense songs. And now, the final bad habit that I said was going to piss many of you off is you need to stop using tabs. The issue with these tabs is that, one, it just tells you what to play, and it tells you how to hear it. And now this is great when you're beginning, and it's good for picking up the song to go play live or play to your friends, whatever. But when you're just learning to get better, the only way to improve your ear is not by your eyes telling you what your ear is supposed to hear, or by having a scroller tell you what you're hearing either. The best way to do it is grabbing your phone, putting it to your ear, and finding the right pitch. It'll be very difficult, but it'll get much easier. And of course, another way to do it is by learning it through written music. And that is the part that I know is going to sting in some people, because guitar sheet music can look like this enormous amount of gibberish. And I would do this more for simple song parts and not solos. But learning to read music like this and interpret the rhythm is going to help you jump on other opportunities, and is going to help you just understand the feel of music better. When I made this switch, my rhythm playing doubled in just days, and I also just felt like I was more well-rounded too, and more useful. So by hearing all these bad habits to avoid, you now know how to avoid the most common pitfalls guitarists fall into and are sometimes too egotistical to get out of. But luckily, you're going to be different. If you have any comments, suggestions, or things you need answered, please leave it in the comments below to help me make this channel better for you.